Fan's heart is full of hate. He butters, cries, and a dark shadow falls over this troll. From the ashes of a once great fandom has risen a meme, an LOL that must be liked. We look to the airwaves for a vindicator, someone to strike fear in the dark basement of the parents who created him. The battle between Fan and Smark has begun. With a head on his shoulders stands the Smark Fan, a speaker of truths, with a voice of silence and a radio show of justice. This is Ring Rust.
So, today, after a week off, after Stormageddon last week, not the baby from Doctor Who, but the actual storm, just the last episode I did actually was a review of Survivor Series, and now this episode is a preview of count 'em three shows. So we got TLC coming up this Sunday. We have Final Battle for Ring of Honor coming up December 18th and 19th. So, actually, when is the 18th and 19th? Is that actually next week? Hang on. Yeah, 18th and 19th is next. Okay, so I can do that next Friday. All right. You know what? Okay, fine. I'll make it easy on myself. I'll do it next week. All right. So that's one less thing I got to worry about. Okay, phew. So that's one of 3 shows now I don't have to review this week. TLC this coming Sunday on the WWE Network, or wherever you're going to be watching it. And NXT TakeOver London, which will be taking place this coming Wednesday, in 5 days. Is that how math works? They've only got 5 matches announced so far. I'm sure they'll add a couple more to it, although it is only going to be probably 2 hours, right? Usually what NXT shows do, I think. Radio shrug. So I'm glad I accidentally talked myself into doing only 2 shows. Enough filibustering. The TLC pay-per-view will take place December 13th, which is this Sunday, at the TD Garden in Boston, Massachusetts. It's the 7th TLC, like you've been keeping track. But anyway, who am I to judge? So it's going to be interesting next week, reviewing 2 shows and previewing a double-nighted show. I mean, next week's going to be even worse, I think, maybe. We'll see. So the first half of the show will be reviewing, and the second half will be previewing. We'll see. We'll see how it all works out. So, again, so the 7 matches they have announced here, I don't think I don't know what order they're going to be in, but I'll just take them in the order that they are here. Number 1 seems to be the main event, so I'm just going to go all the way to the bottom, which sees Ryback taking on Alexander Rusev with Lana in his corner. So, I can see Rusev coming on top of that one to give, I don't know though. Well, I can also see Ryback winning it, but I will predict Rusev. Just because he's got Lana again, and they got the whole nation of, what is this? I haven't actually been watching WWE lately, like for the past, since Survivor Series, actually. Survivor Series was the last time I watched WWE. No creative related reasons, no wrestling related reasons. It's just we don't have cable at my house. And downloading it, at least from the site I downloaded from, seems to be more of a chore than it's really worth. So I end up generally not watching it. Well, I certainly don't watch it live, again, because there's no cable. And I don't go to a lot of effort to go out of my way to find, an online version of it to download or to watch streaming or whatever. Also, I have a brand new Blu-ray player, and I have a metric crap ton of DVDs and Blu-rays to go through, just to enjoy watching them. I'm watching The Lone Gunman right now, so... Oh, right, wrestling. You're listening to Ring Rust Redux on Jabronology TV. This is Fanboy Mark Jabroni. You're listening to Ring Rust. Oh, no, 3.5 CHMR-FM. So next up for TLC for this coming Sunday on the WWE Network, or pay-per-view, or whatever you choose to. Next up, we have the U.S. Championship being defended. Alberto Del Rio defending against Jack Swagger. So it's a battle of the Zeb Coulter guys, I guess, both former now Zeb Coulter guys. So we'll see what happens, I guess. If it's a swerve to get one over on Jack Swagger because they're jerks, or if it's, gonna be, maybe Jack Swagger takes Zeb Coulter back. Maybe they go back to that winning combination, because that was gold, I think, when they were doing that. Zeb Coulter basically just improves anybody he's with. So, and who knows, maybe if Tyson Kidd doesn't come back anytime soon, maybe they can reunite Jack Swagger and Antonio Cesaro. Who knows? Well, at any rate, though, for this particular match, I anticipate a successful defense. Whether or not it actually happens, I don't know, but I can also see Swagger potentially coming out on top. And it's a chairs match as well for the title, so people be swinging chairs, and I don't know. Well, again, Alberto Del Rio is who I'm protecting. You're listening to Ring Rust Redux on Jabronology TV. So next up, we have a tag team tables match, elimination, what? Hang on. What is it? Because it's, I guess it's so. It's 8-man tag team elimination tables match. Okay. Because I'm going to be reading it from the Ring Rust page, because I have the actual tag team names spelled out the way I like them being, so I guess every time someone's put through a table, they're eliminated from it's sort of like a Survivor Series, except with tables, I guess. Non-traditional Survivor Series. As you know, any long-time listener know that I enjoy naming tag teams. So I enjoy naming regular tag teams, 6-man tag, 8-man tag, so I'll be doing a little bit of that. So the Wyatt family, which I've broken down into 2 tag teams, Broken Out of Hate, which is Bray Wyatt and Braun Strowman, and Buzzard Bait, which is Luke Harper and Eric Rowan, versus Extreme Championship Wrestling Revisited, which I've likewise broken down into 2 teams, Rock the Mic Like a Vandal, Tommy Dreamer and Rhino, and the Dudley Boys, Bubba Ray and Devon Dudley. So, smart money's probably on the good guys winning that one. You're listening to Ring Rust Redux on Jabronology TV. Anyway, so back to the TLC preview for this coming Sunday on the WWE Network. So next up, we have a singles match for the Divas Championship, which will see Charlotte defending her title against Paige, and WWE Hall of Famer Nature Boy Ric Flair being his daughter's corner. So, be interesting to see how that turns out. I haven't really been watching all that much. I haven't watched since Survivor Series. I feel a little bad about it, but, I feel I can still preview it and give my impressions of what I've seen of all these people up to this point, up till Survivor Series, I guess. This is the pay-per-view after Survivor Series, so they've built from Survivor Series up until this. It'll be interesting to watch TLC, if, assuming my friend Travis is getting it, or is going to be sitting down watching it on his WWE network. I don't have it anymore. I had it for a while, but all I was watching was NXT and the pay-per-views, or live events, or whatever you want to call them. And I didn't really think it necessitated me paying $10 a month for something I only watched 6 or 7 times a month, maybe. I mean, I could have watched more, but oh well. What can you do? You're listening to Ring Rust Redux on Jabronology TV. This is Fanboy Mark Jabroni. You are listening to Ring Rust on 3.5 CHMR-FM. So we got 3 matches left. A New Day, which would be Big E Langston and or Kofi Kingston and or Xavier Woods, will be defending their championships against the Usos, Jimmy and Jay, and the Lucha Dragons, Kalisto and Sin Cara, in a triple threat tag team ladder match for the tag team championships. So, I don't know. It's hard. Well, the Lucha Dragons would probably be in their element in the ladder match, I should imagine. But it's a New Day. I just really like the idea of New Day being champions. So I don't see them losing just yet. I don't know why, but I'm enjoying them as champions, and I don't see them losing just yet. We'll see, of course. I'm more than happy to be proven wrong, but I don't see them losing their titles just yet.
And I quote,
check out the TMZ of professional wrestling news. And I quote on Facebook. All the latest news with some attitude, new and classic wrestling videos, and so much more.
Can I have your attention, please? I just received an email from the Raw general manager.
So, this is Fatboy Mark Jabroni. You are listening to Ring Rust on 3.5 CHMR-FM. So we got 2 matches left for TLC this coming Sunday on the WWE Network from the TD Garden in Boston, Massachusetts. As long as they don't end up in Boston Harbor, I guess they're going to be doing all right. So, before I get too much into that, Kevin Owens will be defending his Intercontinental Championship against Dean Ambrose. I just don't see him losing the title just yet. I'm not sure it would work well for him to lose the title just yet, but we'll see. And I'm not sure how much it would do for Dean Ambrose to win the title. You're listening to Ring Rust Redux on Gerbernology TV. So I've got 1 match left to TLC this coming Sunday on the WWE Network. And that's the Sheamus defend his WWE World Heavyweight Championship in a tables, ladders, and chairs match against Roman Reigns. It can probably go either way, depending on if they want to build Roman even further, or if they want to, have Sheamus hold the title until Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles 2 comes out. Because, why not? You're listening to Ring Rust Redux on Gerbernology TV. So, this is Fanboy Mark Jabroni. You are listening to Ring Rust on 3.5 CHMR-FM. So this is NXT TakeOver London, which will be taking place on the WWE Network. So Apollo Crews will be taking on Baron Corbin in a match about really not much of anything, I don't think, except Apollo Crews throwing ham bones at Baron Corbin, who is generic creator wrestler number 16 from just about any wrestling video game you can imagine playing. Just put it on random. It's like, you go to create a wrestler, you hit random. It's like, is that Baron Corbin? No, he's blonde. Okay. Other than that, it's... Okay, never mind. And that's a mohawk. No, that's not Baron Corbin. Other than that, yeah, it's a spitting image of him. So, I mean, he's got the wolf on his jacket, and he's got the generic entrance stuff, and I don't know. I don't really care. We'll say Apollo Crews, because he seems to be the one with the rocket strapped to his back, so he'll probably win. And there's only 5 matches here, so I imagine they'll add 1 or 2 more. That they have Sami Zayn, who's just back from injury, going over there as well, so we'll see. You're listening to Ring Rust Redux on Gerbernology TV. And Asuka will be taking on Emma in a takeover rematch from sort of maybe, because we know how well that worked out last time. Maybe she'll beat the Snidely Whiplash out of Emma, and she'll go back to the bubbles and the flailing inflatable whatever thing, or is that Bailey's? I don't know. They're both adorable, and I hope she goes back to it, and hopefully Bailey will keep doing what she's doing.
Like me me on Facebook, tinyurl.com/ringrust. Follow me on Twitter at Mark Jabroni. And subscribe to Jabronology TV, youtube.com/fanboy Mark Jabroni.
This is Fanboy Mark Jabroni. You are listening to Ring Rust on 93.5 CHMR-FM. So, 3 last matches. Okay, I'll talk a little more about them. Bayley will be defending her women's championship against Nia Jax. Hopefully Bayley will retain. I haven't seen much of Nia Jax. I've just seen promos for her, so anyway. You're listening to Ring Rust Redux on Jabronology TV. Dash Wilder and Scott Dawson will be defending their tag team championships against Enzo Amore and Colin Cassidy, with Carmella in their corner. And hopefully, I anticipate Amore and Cassidy will win eventually. I hope it's this time. Around. I don't know. I'll predict that they're going to win this one. That's fine. There you go. I'll predict they're going to win this one. You're listening to Ring Rust Redux on Jabronology TV. And the main event will be Finn Balor defending his NXT Championship against Samoa Joe. And I predict he will successfully defend, at least for now. Samoa Joe may win the NXT title somewhere down the road, or he may win it this coming Wednesday on the WWE Network. I don't know. From TakeOver London. Who knows? I'm going to predict, though, that Finn Balor will win it.
That's it for another show, kiddies. Check me out on Facebook, where you can keep track of all the news that's right on the mark, from around ringside to the latest concerts. See you at the shows. Later days.
This is 93.5 CHMR-FM.